And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video we've actually got quite a lot of stuff to go over. Of course, as you can read in the headline, Rangers director in advanced talks to agree a deal. We will discuss that, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. Of course, we're not back in action now until Sunday. Oh my god, the weeks are going so long where you haven't got Rangers to break the week up. I really do prefer the time of the season where it is literally Thursday to Sunday, but at this moment in time we are just sitting there waiting for Rangers to come back onto our screens or go to the games once again. Of course, this weekend we have got St Mirren away from home in the first of our 5 post-split fixtures. And St Mirren, whilst we are away from home and whilst we aren't in the best of form at this late, St Mirren, I would say the same. They're not currently in the best of form that they've been so far in this campaign. And to be fair, it's probably our easiest test in these post-split fixtures. However, of course, needs to be treated with respect. St Mirren can be a side dangerous, especially on their own turf, and a side, again, well, Rangers themselves haven't really been good at this season, and as of late, we've been struggling to score goals and put in a performance, but hopefully we can use the Cup semi-final as a springboard, and hopefully we can go on to really put in a performance, and most importantly, win the game against St Mirren. I'm not going to do a deep dive into the pre-match now. I'll do that later on in the week, but yeah, just talking about that one in general. Now, the first story I've got for you today is about Fashion Sakala, a bit of a fan favourite whilst he was at Rangers. And now, of course, he has broke a record after his Rangers exit. Yes, Fashion Sakala has enjoyed a record-breaking campaign at Al Afaya. The Zambian forward has written his name into the history books by becoming the first player to score 17 goals in a league season for the club. Sakala, who headed for Saudi from Rangers in the summer, has scored 17 goals in all competitions and provided 8 assists this term. Celebrating his achievement on Instagram, the striker posted, "God bless history made," becoming the first player for Al Faya to score 14 goals in the Saudi Pro League, 17 goals and 8 assists in all competitions this season. Scoring more than 12 goals in 4 seasons in a row is a good motivation to keep working hard. Thank you much for the support and I am humbled. Sakala, who was sold for £4 million, previously aired his grievances over his Rangers exit after Michael Bill told the forward not to return to the training ground. The Zambian international was left frustrated after being unable to probably say goodbye to his teammates as Bill bombed the forward out of the Rangers squad. At the time I said, "I think I deserve much better. I deserve to be respected at least. I can leave the club, but don't tell me not to train with the team. Don't tell me not to come to the Rangers training centre anymore as if I did something wrong. I understand you want to sell me to get money to buy new players, that is fine, but let me just be a part of the team. Let me say goodbye nicely to my teammates. When I received a call that I shouldn't go to the training ground anymore, I didn't see any of my teammates anymore. I was hard to say goodbye in such a bad way to people who looked after me so well. Tavernier, Goldson. I had to talk to them on the phones when it was time to leave. It was hard for them to believe that it wasn't allowed to go to the training ground anymore." Yeah, so interesting there with Fashion Sakala. Of course, great to see him being very, very successful. I've seen a lot of people creep up on social media since this story came out, stating that we shouldn't have sold Fashion Sakala. And whilst I do believe Michael Bill treated the situation wrong, how could you treat Fashion Sakala like that, bombing out of the squad? To be fair, he's an interesting bloke in general, Michael Bill. But the fact that we got £4 million for him in any world is a lot of money, because Fashion was, whilst he did have something, he did offer something, he was a bit of a headless chicken for us. He was kind of like, who was he kind of like for us? Nah, I can't think of a scenario, but he was very good at running. Maybe like Rabbi Matondo a little bit. He was quite very good at running and getting past and creating chances, but my goodness me, his finishing product was absolutely woeful. But great to see him doing so well, currently out in the Saudi Pro League, and hopefully he comes back in a visiting capacity to see Rangers win the title, potentially. Who knows? But yeah, good to see him doing very, very well. Now, guys, whilst we are approaching the summer transfer window, guys, there is a lot of stuff in regards to potential transfers. However, today's story is with regards to one of our members of staff. Yes, Rangers could see set to lose their academy director, Zeb Jacobs, to Feyenoord Rotterdam as talks have begun. Yes, Rangers recruited the Belgian 3 years ago to become the head of academy coaching and then promoted him last summer to his new role. But Dutch giants Feyenoord have targeted Jacobs to replace former Twente Enschede and Rosenborg boss Rene Colin, who is leaving at the end of the season to be their new academy chief. And reports from reputable reports in Netherlands have suggested Jacobs has a clause in his contract that allows him to leave just a month's notice if he's approached by a club. Feyenoord's technical director Dennis Telkloos pinpointed Jacobs, who is 29, as the ideal candidate, and the Rotterdam club wants him in place as soon as possible, and reports stated that advanced talks are already underway. Jacob, who was previously head of development at Royal Antwerp, revealed earlier this year that some of the unusual methods he has been using at Rangers training ground. He said, "We sometimes train barefoot. We speak about being an innovative as one of the key players and taking learning as the starting point of football. What we know from a skill development perspective is that feet have millions of sensitive neurons and receptors. The amount of touches is much more sensible without boots than with boots. Secondly, from an injury prediction perspective, it's just really healthy to play and walk in your bare feet. From a technical perspective, to play and master the ball. And secondly, from a movement perspective, we know from research there's a massive benefit on learning. We come up with crazy ideas, but we believe we need to think outside of the box. If we want to become a producing academy, what we believe is what we can. We need to make sure we are challenging staff in different things and make this club an academy producing one across Scotland and Europe, because we have the best young talent and the best programs in Scotland." So there you go, a very interesting story. It's not every day that your academy director gets poached by another club. However, obviously is doing a good job, is doing something notable. Otherwise, a team like Feyenoord wouldn't be coming in to get him. But as stated, reports out in the Netherlands are stating that his advanced talks are taking place, and it does look likely that Zeb will be leaving Rangers and going to Feyenoord Rotterdam. Feyenoord Rotterdam, actually, at the time of recording this, are currently going for a bit of staff poaching themselves. It does look as though they're going to be losing their head coach Arne Slot to Liverpool, as Liverpool have opened negotiations with regards to that. So they're going into a new era. They're going into a new chapter of their sort of storied history, and Zeb Jacobs looks like he's going to be going and being a part of it. Will we get compensation? I don't know the details on that just yet, but has a clause in his contract that he can leave with a month's notice, and they want that deal done by the end of the season. So yeah, an interesting one there indeed. But that's all I've got for you today, Rangers fans. Do let me know your thoughts on Fashion Sakala first and foremost. Is he a player that you would have liked to have seen and stayed at the football club, or do you think £4 million was worth it? And also let me know your thoughts on our academy director being set to leave for Feyenoord. As stated, let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Push.